Welcome to Gamer Chat, where we'll be reviewing Nail'd, published by Techland. Techland have published games such as GTI Racing and Call of Juarez. So how does Nail'd fare against previous titles?
Well, it's supposed to be an adrenaline-fueled racing game where you compete against other racers across different terrains. You jump over trains, over canyons, and over hot air balloons. Our first thoughts on this game was it looks okay. You can customise your vehicles before you enter any events. There is a structured simple career mode, and from what we saw it looked a lot of fun to play.
There is a career mode, but it's quite short, and there isn't a storyline about you, the racer. You just race for fun, I guess, and if you can get your head around all of the other things we'll be mentioning in this review, then this will probably be a good game for you. There aren't any rewards for completing any of the events other than to beat your old records, which in today's market isn't much of an incentive to keep the audience playing a game.
The career mode will really only last you a few hours as it is very short, and if you boost through the levels like we did, then you should really have no excuse for not finishing first on each and every single race.
The game is just too easy. There are way too many loading screens and there's no consistency whatsoever. The flow in the game would work apart from there being a loading screen every time you crash. The single player consists of career mode and quick races, and multiplayer doesn't really work. The bugs and glitches within the game are numerous, and the controls are responsive and simple but are undermined by the visuals on screen.
The difficulty in this game is non-existent because even if you crash over and over, you still find yourself catching up to the leader. Although this allows the player to make mistakes, if the player does not make errors, then you'll find yourself so far ahead that you wondered if the AI took a tea break.
The biggest flaw in this game are the loading times. Seriously, there's a loading screen for every time you crash. They aren't that long, but they just take you out of the moment, and why are they even there? Could Techland not think of a way to respawn the vehicle in real time? Or did it look really bad and they just needed to cover it up and thought, let's put a big white screen in the way. Yeah, that'll work. Surely you would think that if the game was too big and it needed a few seconds to catch its breath to respawn the vehicle, that you could just install the game data to the hard drive to avoid this. But no, the developers thought it would be better if you just memorised the spelling of the game.
This game is riddled with bugs and glitches, including the ludicrous physics engine, which to a degree works in favour of this title, but the lack of consistency within the already unknown boundaries of physics just causes frustration, as at times the game seems to just make up the rules. I'll fly into a wall and I bounce off, drive vertically up bridges and walls, but landing incorrectly or grazing a wall just seems to make me explode.
Within a racing game, flow is seriously important. Nail'd has great flow, until you crash that is. Unlike with Burnout titles, there's no great spectacle whenever you crash, and there's no rewards for doing so. You just feel like you've hit a brick wall whenever this happens.
Single player includes a career mode which doesn't serve any other purpose than to try and structure which events you do and in which order you do them. The game also features a quick race mode with 3 different race modes within it. Simple race, first to the finish wins. Boost madness, exactly the same as simple race with a limited boost. And stunt challenge where you earn points from the stunts you pull off. However, you can't perform stunts. One of my biggest gripes about this quick race mode was that you can't change the number of laps, which is really strange that you're constricted to a preset lap total for each course.
The multiplayer on this game just doesn't work. No one is ever online. It took me an hour to find a game where it just lagged, bugged out, and then it crashed.
Now it looks pretty good, and although it looks like you were going really fast when you hit the accelerator, or wait a minute, is that the environment going past me really fast? Who knows? I felt quite sick playing through this game because it can be quite nauseating, and it feels almost like you're stuck on a treadmill and the scenery is going past you. The camera really does not help in this matter when you're trying to make a turn or a jump, as it can be sometimes difficult to make your judgments, and I think this is just down to a poor camera. Graphically, the game is reasonable, the environments look decent, and the models are what you expect in a racing game, but there really just is nothing special about this.
The soundtrack promised to be something for the rockers, but alienated some gamers with other tastes, and didn't deliver its promises to their target audience by only having a limited soundtrack. And Techland even had to pad out their tiny library of music with their own original soundtracks, which aren't too bad, but aren't anything worth noting. The other sound effects within the game are fairly good.
To conclude, we feel this game was rushed out in order to beat the launch date of its competitor, Motorstorm Apocalypse, which led to buggy gameplay, poor cameras, mud in the eye, too many loading screens, and just not enough to keep gamers entertained. If you need proof, then try the multiplayer on this title, because the servers speak more than words ever could.
We would definitely say that this game is an avoid.
Thanks for watching Gamer Chat, and please check out our channel for more videos.